Welcome to the Save the Cat Story Suite, how to get started with your new storytelling software. It all begins here on the homepage, where you can open a new project from the options listed along the top carousel, reopen an existing project conveniently sorted under these tabs, or even import compatible projects from outside the software. We're happy to report that the new software is backwards compatible. If you have a project that you created with an older version of our software, clicking on this button allows you to find it on your system and bring it back into the mix. You can even import a final draft project by clicking here and following the instructions that appear. When you start a new project, the header is where you'll fill in the most basic information about your story, your title, your logline, and the story's genre. Here, and anywhere you need an assist, the information icon pulls up a refresher with just one click. Below the header is the tab bar, across which your story gets fleshed out in as much detail as you want. In each tab, there's a world of depth to add to the beats of your story, the scenes for each beat, and to every character, location, relationship, and any of these elements that make up your unique narrative. As you fill these in, tabbing through gives you a high-level, bird's-eye view of your project. And these tabs, by the way, are customized to the type of project you've selected. Here, for example, we've selected a movie project. And so the first two tabs are for your story beats and your board for mapping sequences and scenes. If you selected a television series, these first two tabs would be a series tab, where you can add seasons and episodes, and a notes tab, where you can add thoughts on each season. You'll notice that near the far end of the tab bar is a tab for your script or manuscript. We're proud of this one. On certain tabs, there are places where you can draft scenes or chapters, and the script or manuscript tab gives you the option to import them so that they're consolidated there. This way, you can build your script or manuscript as you go, and even export your work in a variety of standard formats. And if you don't have other software where you can draft screenplays or books, well, you have one now. Now back to the other tabs. Under tabs where you can create story elements like characters, locations, things, etc., you'll find helpful categories along the top of the window that will help you sort and filter them. While you can use our preloaded common options, the edit icon allows you to change these or even create your own. In fact, anywhere throughout the software that you see the edit icon, you have the opportunity to customize and elaborate on details with a high degree of depth and specificity. Or you can be selective about which details to fill in and which to leave freeform to the writing process later. We've designed the Save the Cat Story Suite to suit every writer's style. Some more general tips as you get to work, or rather, play with our software. Anywhere that you see the plus icon is where you can add elements, often in the form of cards. And virtually any card you add can be reorganized by simply clicking, dragging, and dropping. Speaking of cards, simply clicking on a card allows you to quick edit directly on the board where it's displayed. But for the real deep dive, you'll want to expand the card by clicking the edit icon, where a whole new world of detailed planning opens up. Don't like a card you've created and want to scrap it? The expanded view is also where you have the option to delete. And if deletion has too permanent a ring to it, you're presented with the option to move the card to the litter box for safekeeping, in case you ever want to scoop it back out. You'll find the litter box on the far end of the tab bar. When you're ready to print your handiwork, or if you want to import work, export work, or customize software settings to work to your liking, these icons in the top right corner next to your profile menu icon are your go-to. And on the subject of your profile menu, if ever you find yourself in need of more assistance beyond what is offered via the software's information icons, you'll find a wealth of resources with a click of your profile icon. We've got how-to videos, like this one, a green light checklist, and even the option to reactivate the helpful onboarding prompts that appeared when you first opened your software. If all else fails, the email address for tech support can be found in the About section under this menu as well. One last note about your profile menu. It's also where you'll find an assortment of fun and encouraging features, like your achievements, or what we call catnip, our bulletin for the latest and greatest news and offerings out of the Save the Cat community. If you ever want to start a new project, or switch to another one in progress, the home icon in the top left corner takes you back to the main menu. Roam our software from tab to tab, page to page, project to project, worry-free. Your wonderful work is always auto-saved. Thanks for following along with this quick tour of the software. And as you activate your creativity with the Save the Cat Story Suite, remember, you're not just writing, you're becoming a better storyteller.